All right, some new questions now emerging about the Rutgers University coaching scandal. The school fired the basketball coach, Mike Rice. You'll see him here on the videotape after this video went viral of him throwing balls at players at point-blank range, shoving them, pushing them, using gay slurs. Rutgers athletic director Tim Pernetti stepped down yesterday as well after facing a firestorm of criticism for not dismissing Rice when the tapes first surfaced. What about criminal charges? David Schwartz joins us, defense attorney and former prosecutor. Doug Burns is also a defense attorney and a former federal prosecutor. All right. Now, I guarantee you, if you put that videotape of the coach pushing and shoving and kicking and throwing balls at players at point-blank range in front of criminal law students in any law school across America, Doug, more than half would say those are crimes right there. What say you?
I say that that's a great way to put it. Let's break out the classroom and the real world. In the classroom, of course, it's an assault with his
and a battery
with his fist, with the ball, etc.
Kicking.
In the real world, as David and I know, basically, it's a pretty simple misdemeanor case. It gets bumped down to what we lawyers call a violation, which is essentially sort of a parking level offense. But the one point that I'd like to make is that if they did that, at least maybe it would have some deterrent effect on other coaches.
You know, maybe the real world needs to go back to the classroom, David. And let's put up the classroom, assault and battery. Here are the legal definitions in New Jersey. An assault, an attempt to touch or strike a person with unlawful force or violence. Battery, actual touching or striking of a person with intent to do so with unlawful force or battery. And note, no pain or bodily harm is required. Don't the actions of Coach Rice fit assault and battery?
No, because we're operating in the real world. First of all, those are torts, and certainly they could be liable for those torts. You could be liable for those torts. But even in the criminal context, Greg, come on. We have hundreds of thousands of arrests a year. We have limited resources of our prosecutors. We can't be prosecuting cases of coaches that are playing dodgeball, basically, and throwing balls and humiliating their players. Is it outrageous for a coach to do that? Absolutely, but it doesn't rise to the level of a crime.
They're not consenting to this, Doug. I mean, when you're kicking a player and you're throwing a ball at his head or his body.
Yeah, let me work off your point and reiterate that you're absolutely right. Technically, it is the misdemeanor offense, absent a serious injury. And I think David, sort of reading my colleague's mind, obviously, if somebody were seriously injured, it's a felony assault case. But at the misdemeanor level, you do have some prosecutorial discretion. Is it technically a crime? You're absolutely right. Of course it is.
You talked about deterrence. Let me ask you about that, David. Maybe if there were other prosecutions of similar assaults and batteries, allegedly, this wouldn't happen at the coaching. And here's what I mean. Let's put it up on the screen. Remember 1978, Woody Hayes? Now, here's Hayes punching his own player, but what got him kicked out of football was punching the opposing player during the Gator Bowl in the neck. Let's go to Bobby Knight, 1997. There he is. He grabs a player around the neck. Now, there he's grabbing a player around the head. But a different player he grabbed around the neck, and he seemed like he was choking him, and he got kicked out. But no criminal charges. Fast forward, Latrell Sprewell choking Coach P.J. Carissima for 15 seconds. There he is at a press conference saying, well, sorry about that. I mean, look, if those guys have been prosecuted, maybe this wouldn't happen at Rutgers.
Look, you can't compare what Coach Rice did to Carlissimo being choked for 15 seconds.
But there was no prosecution in that case.
You know, each case has got to be looked at differently. I just look at these facts, Greg, and these facts do not rise to the level of a crime whatsoever. I'm not even sure they're technically a crime in this situation with a coach, with an athletic team. Should he be a coach? No, he shouldn't be a coach. And by the way, to answer your original question, I'd rather be prosecuted than have this tape go viral and have my entire career be ruined.
Doug, I had our brain room look it up. They tell me a handful of NHL players, hockey players, have been charged with assault over the years. They gave me one of them, 2004. Todd Bertuzzi pled guilty to assault after slugging a player from behind. Slugging a player from behind. The coach here at Rutgers kicking a player from behind. Is there any material difference legally?
But the NHL is kind of an odd example since they fight openly and punch each other in the face.
So isn't what happened at Rutgers worse?
Well, that's a good way to put the spin on it. But again, I don't see, David, where you're saying that technically it's not a crime. It's a misdemeanor.
I'm not sure if I see a crime, from that. I don't see any injury.
Right.
I see a ball being thrown. I see some slurs.
How do you know there wasn't an injury? There could have been bruises there. But that's an injury, isn't it?
Let me get back to your
contusion.
That Todd Bertuzzi, I mean, he slammed the guy's head
into
against the ice.
I mean,
that was horrible. I remember that case.
And the guy was hurt really badly.
Really bad. And you can't compare this to Todd Bertuzzi.
Yeah.
Well, and the baseball fights that break out, one guy had a concussion not long ago, no prosecution involved. I mean, they got to start prosecuting this stuff.
Well, I think in the sports context, since there's a lot of violence and stuff, there's been kind of an unsaid exception. And I think what you're saying, and I agree with you on many levels, is maybe we ought to start revisiting
I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out as the old saw.
Greg, next thing you're going to say is that at a boxing match, the guy should be charged with assault.
No. But you're right on those other examples.
They consent to that willingly.
No, that's true.
You can't compare those to this where no one got injured.
All right, guys. David Schwartz, Doug Burns. I'm getting the hook from the producers. You guys are great. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.